principle, we are dealing with chemistry. So we try to derivatize, to functionalize the molecules which we can find in the nature. And with this chemical modification, we try to combine them with bigger molecules, as for example cellulose or starch or chitin, chitosan, in order to get some specific functionalities. Very specifically, we are trying to develop formulations which could be used in biomedical applications. Nowadays, you have a lot of possibility how we can get from bioresources those nanostructures. And we also thought about what we should buy, how we should process our bioproducts. And so we came to GEA, who really helped us in development of the whole process. So it is for us a huge added value to have a support. Why it is so important? Because the quality of those materials defined also the quality of the end product.
So what we usually do is we try to make a suspension and then use the gear machine to make them into something that can be processed in 3D printed structures. So what you can see here is already the final product. This particular case is kind of an imitation of a biological system, actually a blood vessel.
Retrieve from the industry or from a partner institute here at Graz University of Technology this dried pulp. It's short fiber eucalyptus pulp, and then we're gonna cut it in small pieces. It's quite easy to rupture, and we put these pieces together, and then we just put water into it and disperse it. And then we do some pre-treatment processes to actually get this pre-treated pulp. So these fibers are already much smaller, have a lower viscosity, and for us this is much easier to process later on in this process. In this case we do some enzymatic pre-treatment. And then we're just going to fill in this pre-treated pulp into the homogenizer to get the real nanostructure. And after the homogenization process, we need to concentrate our product to 3 weight %, and then we can mix it together with other polysaccharides to get a 3D printable ink. In the beginning, GEA helped us to select the right device, which is quite important because it's quite a challenge actually to process these particles. We do this in many cycles, so we're not doing just one cycle, we need to repeat this many times at different pressure stages. And in the end you get a quite homogeneous product, which is changing also quite significantly in its appearance during these cycles.
It's important to characterize the product for us, and therefore we can use a lot of techniques. With atomic force microscopy we can measure and make visible the nanostructures we are producing with the homogenizer. For the rheology, we can determine the properties of the materials.
If you think about natural resources, it's of course not only natural fibers from plants, but there is also animal-based or from food waste, and you can use that in different applications. These thin fibrils and emulsions can be used, for instance, for coating packaging to increase the oxygen barrier of certain paper packaging. You're also interested in maybe commercializing it, upscaling your systems that you develop. So we are very lucky and happy that we got now a machine from GEA, which is capable of processing this kind of bio-based heterogeneous materials into something useful and scalable.